Hey guys, we've just turned onto Door Road off of Highway 17. The good news is that so far we are only 5 minutes from the Seawee outpost, and I believe that's the most important thing because that is where all the cool people hang out. And you can get your AFCO gear, cold beer, and pre-made sandwiches and whatnot. So, nonetheless, I wanted to show you the drive that takes you into the Pelican Bay Drive lot. As I told you before, you know, depending on where you are in Awendaw, depends on what you have to go through to get to your beautiful intercoastal waterway land. And this drive is quite pleasant. Not a lot of eyesores for the most part. So hopefully you can see the visual of the sideline streets. I might try to change the dash cam angle just a little bit so that you can see the sides of the road, because I really want you to be able to see that. Let's try to alter it just a little bit, and I'm not picking one side or the other. Just trying to give some visibility, and I think it might be easier if I go this way actually, so that might be a little bit easier. So we're going to continue on for 1.8 miles down Door Road, and then we will turn onto Crane Overlook. Now, as I had mentioned, this is a gated community, so you do have an extra layer of privacy there. It's a beautiful day today in Charleston, 55 degrees and sunny. Kind of feels like at about 62 degrees today. If I find that there's more housing and things to see on the left-hand side of the road, I will pivot the dash cam accordingly, but right now we're just lined with pine trees on both sides. So here we're coming up on this white fence, and that is where we will make the turn off to the community. So I am, let's see, well, I'll go ahead and keep the dash cam on. I was going to turn it off for a minute because I got to get through the gate, but I'll give you the full experience here. So as you can see, the homes in this neighborhood are custom built homes. I think what I'll do is I'll leave the dash cam anchored to the right hand side and then shut the camera off. My objective today is twofold. I want to show you what you're seeing when, you know, how you get to this neighborhood and what you see and what's within the neighborhood. And then two, I'm going out to check the depth at low tide for the lot, because as I did some digging back through the files, you know, I did see some aerials that looked like where they had constructed this particular dock, that it could be low at low tide. Now, you are on the intercoastal, so obviously you're gonna have high tide, but I just want to check. Everything. So here is, all right, let me back up a little bit. So here, this is to the right now. What you're looking at right now is you're looking at the lot, and there is no curb cut currently, so we're just gonna go right up onto the grass. I'm gonna straighten this up just a bit, and then over to the right hand side you've got the protected OCRM marsh buffer. So in this area right here, this is a large part of your land, and then as you would see from the plat, you know, it kind of shortens up back here, but it is over 2 acres and there's plenty of space, and so you know, I still think there's plenty of space back here to do a build envelope. One of the things that to have a nice build envelope, one of the things that I did notice that is that the HOA requires a 50-foot setback on marsh buffers. So, you know, usually when we're dealing with OCRM will require 25 to 30-foot buffer. I need to do a little bit more digging. I'm not sure why this particular neighborhood has a requirement of 50 feet. And then second to that, is there a variance that you can obtain for that 50-foot buffer? Because this happens to have all on the right hand side of the build envelope marsh. So so that's just a little bit concerning until we can, you know, get some tape out here and, you know, run some measurements on what your actual build envelope would be. And then we'll review the documents on what they have plotted that house. I saw the elevations on that house. It didn't blow me away, but nonetheless, it could be good to give us, you know, an idea of what those elevations are. So I'm going to shut the video off for the moment, and then we'll start a fresh one here in just a second.